Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to Reddit. Every time I do this intro I always fear that I'm sort of messing it up slightly, because I've noticed recently on some of my videos I keep introducing myself not as General Red Strategist but as Jenna Red Strategist, which is a sign that I've become so complacent with my intro that I'm starting to blend the words together and not even
Oh, who
realise.
needs the L? We don't need the L.
Nah, we don't, do we,
L,
ladies and gentlemen?
if you don't want to take the L, do you?
No, we don't want to take
No.
the L. Actually, that's a good point, Phil. That's why we bring you here, because you spot these things.
You see, very, very clever and clued up I am.
Indeed, yes.
Thought you were just pressing a soundboard. The press said your intro every time.
Oh wow! Does it sound
That's how
that similar
flawless
each
it
and every
sounded.
time? Yes. I mean, to be honest, you probably could make a General Red soundboard with some of the boring stuff I come out with. Whether that's intros, whether that's just me saying certain things, you probably could. And that way, we could probably replace me. Where you could probably train an AI to impersonate me, and then I don't have to do any work ever again.
Going,
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I know that one. I know that one very much. Well, we're here on Reddit, aren't we, Phil and Connor?
Correct.
Indeed. Looking at
Learning
Today I
stuff.
Learned. Phil, tell us more about this subreddit, please.
So it's like a sort of facts subreddit, where things that you may not know, and you start to experience things that could be quite interesting as well, that you wouldn't expect to realise. Interesting facts, I would say.
Yeah, indeed. So, who should we start with then? Who wants to take this first one?
We could go down the line.
Okay.
So start. Yeah.
Okay, I'll start then. Today I learned in 1943 a US bomber over Germany was hit by explosive ordnance directly in the fuel tanks 11 times, but none exploded. After the shells were cut open, all were found to have no explosives in them, and one contained a note in Czech saying, "This is all we can do for you now," which is kind of dark, actually, and quite grim.
Yeah. What on earth? That's
Wow.
That makes me think Czech slave labour, whether that's like POWs or even like maybe people who've been taken from concentration camps and have been put into service in arms factories,
Yeah.
trying to
That
sort
sounds
of,
a bit dark,
yeah,
doesn't it?
indeed.
Is there additional information on these if you click into
Let's
it,
have a
or is
look.
it just that?
It's
Oh,
just
no,
a picture, yeah.
Okay.
Indeed.
Fair
Well,
enough.
that is an interesting thing, though. I'd be curious to know how that was found out. I wonder if that maybe is just sort of like maybe a member of the bomber crew or somebody still has maybe the note preserved. Who knows? And just that story is
Well, they would have cut into it, yeah. But even if none exploded, wouldn't you be a bit cautious or a bit scared to actually cut into them anyway?
You
Just
would
in
be.
case
Yeah,
they decide to
definitely.
explode.
Yeah, but that's the job of ordnance analysts and people whose job is to analyse those things.
On
You
disposal
have to do it.
crews,
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's
Not a
quite.
job I want to take part in. Nah, not. I'm not having my life at risk. Thank you.
Oh, that's unfortunate. This would be a bad time to reveal that red letter media
Want to
day
kill
with
me?
the bomb squad that
I knew
I got for
this
you.
all the time. You want to kill me.
There we are. Yes. Okay, Phil, do you want to take number 2?
Okay, so a company in Japan gives employees who don't smoke 6 extra days of vacation or holiday to make up for cigarette breaks. The company found new policies gave a lot of employees the push to quit smoking.
Okay.
Now that's what we need.
That's amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because these ones where smokers, get breaks and others don't because they get to go outside and have a little smoke. Well, sorry, that's just not fair.
Indeed, yeah. But that's a way to incentivise people to adopt more healthy habits. I feel like that would work certainly though in a country like Japan, where obviously it's a lot more hierarchical and deferential to management, things like that. I sometimes feel like if you did something like that here in UK, you'd probably have quite a load of people whining about it. To be honest,
Well, yeah, 'cause we are quite a whiny country. Have any of you two ever thought about smoking or tried smoking or anything?
I've
or,
never tried,
Nope.
never thought about
Never
it.
tried.
No, it just doesn't appeal to me at all because
Tried a vape before, if that counts.
Oh,
Yeah, I suppose it does kind of way. How did you find that?
The flavour was nice, but I didn't think there was any incentive to carry on or get my own
Yeah.
or anything.
yeah. Yeah, I think
It's just horrible, isn't it? You don't want all that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'd rather have my lungs looking pink and not black.
Yeah, indeed. I think high school, we were probably of that sort of age where there was a real sort of concerted push that kind of high school level to get sort of like nurses in the classroom and sort of discourage kids from smoking. And to be honest, I think it worked pretty well because, they show you pictures of here's what your lungs will look like at 30 if you smoke this many a day. And it's just like, the lungs are just, shriveled up black little peanuts. And it's just like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's awful. The issue,
Yeah.
the issue is, of course, stopping in the first place because it's. I know it's really difficult. Obviously, there's things like patches that you can put on you to try and help, or vaping, which can help calm it down. Because, but I have heard things that even vaping is not good for you either.
Yeah. I think vaping's one of those things where it's like it should really only be a short-term solution to trying to get you off smoking, because otherwise they'd get hooked to that instead. It's not much better. Yeah, well, that was interesting to learn that one. Go past that.
There's never been an easier way to.
Oh, okay. We are going for the promotion, aren't we?
£1.51 per meal. Ooh, go on, Huel.
Deary me. I could probably go into Lidl and get a few ingredients for cheaper than that. So, get out of here, unless you're going to pay me money, in which case, actually, I'll sing your praises very, very much. On to a third one then.
Well, today I learned the hacker group Anonymous tried to hack a Mexican cartel and had to back down after the cartel hired counter hackers to hunt them down.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Okay.
that's funny.
Yeah. Oh, dearie me.
It'll just be like the Spider-Man meme of them pointing at each other.
Oh God, yeah, that works. Oh, Anonymous, you've been caught out at your own game.
I sometimes think to myself about that Spider-Man meme. I really need to learn what the context for that was in the actual animated show. How is it that Spider-Man ends up in a situation where he sees a double of himself and they end up sort of stood there pointing at each other like, huh? How did that happen?
Yeah, what is the significance? Well, it's obviously, I think it's explained on knowyourmeme.com.
Yeah, it
I know
will be.
They're like the repository of every single meme ever.
Indeed. But it is actually, going back to the story here, it's kind of scary how much power Mexican drugs cartels actually do have. Because effectively they just sort of like control whole areas of Mexico, and it's just, they're quite powerful, some of them.
Definitely.
Terrifying, yes.
Yeah, if you get on the wrong side of them, you're basically fucked. That's it. Game over, essentially.
Today I learned It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is the wordiest show on TV, with 176.2 words per minute, which makes the Rob I'm probably going to butcher this name, McElhenney created FX sitcom the hardest series to follow if you're watching with subtitles. Well, I mean, that's certainly that would be the case, obviously, in a US context. I'm just sort of curious. If you go to an international context, though, is there any TV show out there that is even wordier than this one? That would be the question.
Yeah, I suppose they'd be thinking about, unless because it doesn't really say in the world or in the US but that's still a lot of words. So for deaf people who usually have to put on subtitles, it might be really difficult for them to follow.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, can you imagine that? It's like start reading the sentence and you only get about half of it before it flicks to the next one. And you're just stringing together half sentences to try and figure out the context of what it is you're seeing.
Yeah, what's going on.
Indeed.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need to put too many words in something to make a good show.
Yeah.
Always Sunny is a very good show, though, if you haven't seen it.
Hey, it's little Danny DeVito. There he is. See him on that picture right there. Phil, can you give us your best Danny DeVito impersonation?
I can't actually, no, because I haven't seen him in a while.
Perfect. That sounds just like him. There we are.
That's actually really good, Phil.
Yeah, I knew he was a star. I need to go into doing impressions. I'm the next. I keep forgetting his name. Who is the impression?
John Culshaw, someone like that.
Yeah, John Culshaw. That's the fella. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5 then for Phil.
Okay, today I learned after getting LASIK surgery, Horace Grant continued to wear his signature goggles without the prescription in order to remain a positive influence so kids who needed glasses would think it's cool.
Okay.
Ah.
There's a very American one, I'm guessing, on the basketball court. I don't actually know who Horace Grant is. Don't kill me, Americans. American basketball fans. Indeed.
You're on the hit list now.
Yeah, the basketball cult of America.
You're going to get dunked.
Slammed
Straight in that basket, yeah. But that's
Yep.
a good thing because obviously it was like a thing. I hope it's not still a thing again. Oh, why are you wearing glasses? It's so nerdy.
Yeah, I know.
But that was the thing about glasses, isn't it? That I must admit, I did have a bit of that because I remember when I was in school, I had a lot of difficulty seeing the board when I was at the back of the room, and I was having to try and copy from the person next to me when writing down notes because I
Yeah.
just I couldn't see the board, and I was just like, I don't want to get glasses. I don't want to get glasses because it's nerdy, and I'll probably get bullied to hell.
Yeah. I think the first time I ever really knew I was short-sighted and needed glasses was probably when I was at, doing my undergraduate degree at university. And when I was sort of in a seat that was maybe sort of towards the back of the lecture hall, and the lecturer would be using slides that had slightly smaller text on it, and I'd be like squinting. And the real sort of trigger was when I first attempted to take my driving test, and I instantly failed because I couldn't read the number plate at 20 meters.
Oh,
yeah, that was when basically I realised I need glasses. Yeah, so that
I thought
wasn't very
you'd have pointed that out with the driving instructor, or when you were driving with the driving instructor, would you not have told that you're having difficulty seeing?
Well, the thing is, I can't really remember because it's so long ago. But it might be one of those things where maybe it was mentioned, but it might have just slipped my mind or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
sometimes it can be like pride, can't it? Like, no, I don't need glasses. I can read everything. And when it comes down to it during the test,
Some people can be like that. Yeah.
that's the only reason I got glasses as well, is because my test was approaching and I just wanted to be sure I could get
Yeah.
past that part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Indeed.
because you obviously want to pass that. Yeah, I think for me, I just got to the point where I'm getting sick of not being able to see the board
Yeah.
and looking at people's notes. So I thought I need to go and get my eyes tested. And as soon as I went into the opticians, and they obviously did that eye test, and did that, they said, "My God, why?" I think one of the first things they said is, "Why haven't you come to us sooner?
Why are you in a
Your eyes
bakery?
are really bad."
Dearie me. Yes, see, that's always what you want to hear from any sort of medical practitioner, whether or not an optician or a dentist or whatever. Why haven't you come to us sooner? There we are. Well, that's always a good sign.
Oh, I always hate going to the dentist. That's another thing. Sorry, going on a tangent here, but I always hate going to the dentist because I've never gone to a dentist and they never say anything good about your teeth. You're like, they start spouting all these words at you. Oh, strange stuff on B9 here, C4.
Oh, B9, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
E2. They're playing battleships in your
Yeah, I
mouth.
was about to say.
Yeah, that's exactly.
They're not actually looking at your teeth; they're just playing Battleship secretly.
But, right,
Indeed.
you need to brush. No, we might have to put you in for a hygienist. Also, that famous dentist who told me I'm not allowed to eat biscuits because it's childish. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
fuck off. Yeah.
Oh yes, Phil's famous story why he has the grudge against dentists. It's your villain origin story, that isn't it, Phil? The dentist told you
just
that
do it.
eating biscuits is childish, and you didn't like that.
He's the
I
one
love
out
it.
of 9 out of 10 dentists. Phil's the one.
Yep.
I'm the one, yeah, that didn't recommend, yeah. It's like the dentist from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yeah.
It was his dad, yeah, in the story, yeah.
Cavities on sticks. That's what we call lollipops. There we are. Is that
Right,
what he says?
what-
There we are. Yeah, sorry.
That
go on.
is- yeah, that
it was
sounds
quite-
right.
It was when was it released? 2005, I think, yeah.
Oh my god, is it that old? Jesus. It was from a while ago. Sorry, go on, Connor. It's over to you.
One artist, Frank Abagnale? Abagnale?
I'm not sure.
We'll go for that.
Nellian,
Yeah.
yeah.
Catch Me If You Can lied about most of the story. His book retelling his crimes was the only successful con he pulled.
Oh, so I have seen that film.
So have
actually.
I, a long time
Yes.
ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. It's an interesting film, but now we know that he's just lying about it all.
I love how this picture apparently is from Why.org. There we are.
Why? Why did you do this? Well, of course, there's what and a how and a who.org as well.
Yeah. And there's also, the versions of those where they have more than one vowel. So it's like, who, who and how and what?
But make sure you go to the correct one, because if you actually go to who.org, it'd be the bloody World Health Organization.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Indeed. Everyone loves the World Health Organization, you know. I know you're a big fan of their work, Phil. You know, can't stop
Oh, I
reading
do love
about
me a
them.
bit. I do love me a bit of health. Oh, lovely, lovely, gorgeous little health.
There you go. Yes. Yeah, that's actually always kind of fascinating when, you know, his own book is actually the biggest con job he's ever managed to pull off in his life. Oh dear. And well, actually, it was the only successful con he ever pulled, apparently. So his actual other cons must have been pretty shit if he didn't get away
Yeah,
with them.
well, in the film he tried to be. I can't remember how many professions he was. He was like a lawyer, an airplane pilot. What else can you remember, Connor? Can you remember all the
Not
jobs he
really.
tried
I
to
think
take?
he just had the uniforms for everything, didn't he?
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah. Today I learned of Dr. Benjamin Spock, a paediatrician whose 1946 book Baby and Childcare is one of the best-selling books of the 20th century. His then unconventional advice to parents to show affection to their children and to see them as individuals revolutionised how parents raise their children. Well,
You what?
That's a bit more
So what was it
heartwarming.
like? Was it? Yeah, that is heartwarming. What was it like before?
I
My
guess,
God,
you know-
1945. All parents were like, "Fuck you, Jimmy, you little shit." And then after 1946, "Oh, Jimmy, aren't you so lovely? I know you just tried to kick me in the shins, but you're so lovely."
He tried to kick you in the shins, parent, because previously you were bringing out the birch for every little offence and all that. Well, yes, I guess, you know, the world pre-1946, the world of childhood was probably a dark and depressing place. Ah, yes.
Well, World War Two. Actually, no, World War Two had just ended, so surely it should be nice and all lovey-dovey again.
You would hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed. But yeah, at least that's a nice and a little bit more heartwarming, that one.
Wholesome. Queen Victoria was raised onto the Kensington system, a strict and elaborate set of rules designed to render the young princess isolated, weak, and dependent on her mother. It backfired, instead leading Victoria to resent and resist her mother once she came of age.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, she had a
Classic
bit of a... It's good, that Queen Victoria. I think she did have a bit of a sort of backbone, didn't she, to her?
She did, yeah. It's funny, like, I feel like you go back to like the 19th century and things like that, and yeah, the way that young women were sort of raised was often just sort of meant to try and make them very dependent on other people. Glad to hear in this case it didn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
Well, she did well
rebellious.
as Queen as well, I suppose.
yeah, absolutely. So, a little bit of historical fact for you there, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what the Kensington system is, just Google it. Because, you know, I don't actually know what it is off the top of my head, but I'm assuming it's something, like it says, very strict, very hierarchical.
Maybe there'll be another TIL on what that system is.
Yes.
Dale and the Kensington system. Yeah.
Today I learned that General Red learned about the Kensington system and then learned that he'd Googled it to learn what the Kensington system actually was. There we go.
I'm
Wouldn't it be
posting that
funny
right
one-
now.
Wouldn't it be funny one day if we saw in this Today I Learned? Today I learned that there's a YouTube channel out there called Generate Strategist who has over 900 episodes of Stay Being Hunted, which is the most of any video game ever.
Oh, I'm sure there's probably that one really obscure channel somewhere on YouTube, someone who's got like a really obscure game and has probably done like 1,000 videos on it, even if they are just like short sort of clips. But yeah,
Well, I know there's one for like I know there's many for Skyrim where people have
Oh,
done
yeah.
like 400,
aye.
500 episodes
Rookie
on
numbers.
that one. Exactly.
Yeah, they're not at episode 622 yet with those now, are they, Phil? Indeed.
Certainly not.
No. Over to Connor.
Well, today I learned in 1972, Neil Armstrong visited the Scottish town of Langholm, where he was read a 400-year-old law declaring any Armstrong that enters the town must be hanged.
And that was the end of Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, never see him again. So let's hope that Lance Armstrong didn't go there.
Yeah. So, you know, you can go up to Langholm and you can hear that story, ladies and gentlemen. As our alternate history that we're making right now, don't challenge it.
Wouldn't it be funny if the news came up, and this is the 6 o'clock news, unfortunately today, Neil Armstrong has been hanged.
In a Scottish town, apparently. Oh, yes. Well,
I think he should have just humoured them and actually just got a noose and then just put it around his neck and be like, well, off I go.
yeah.
See
Just
you
pull out a
later.
stool, stand on it whilst you're at it, you know. I'm going to do it, going to do it. Today I learned that Jennifer Pan, under intense pressure to succeed, deceived her parents for over a decade, leading them to believe she was a successful pharmacist despite not graduating high school. When her lies unravelled, she arranged for her parents' murder. Damn.
Oh, that's a bit extreme.
Yeah.
Surely you could have thought of other things if you find your lies unravelling rather than to go about murdering your parents.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of pressure are your parents putting you under where you feel like that's your only option, but is to murder them to get them to stop? Wow. I have a feeling that if it really went that far, I'm just going to go on a limb and say that possibly the relationship between this person and their parents, not to excuse what they did, but probably the relationship between her and her parents probably was not a good one.
No.
Probably quite abusive, I would imagine. Yes.
Yeah, there's somewhere. I know that in a lot of Asian countries, there is a lot of pressure from parents to their children succeeding, or get the high-paying jobs, like being like doctors and engineers and things like that.
Yeah.
And it causes a lot of stress on them. When they're going through the educational system,
Yeah.
that wanting to succeed. But
Indeed. Like cramming, going like to cram school and stuff like that. You think, God, you leave yourself with very little time for personal stuff.
yeah,
Quite something.
I believe I think it's South Korea where they have when the exams are on, it's actually a legal requirement for everything to stop. Everything's got to stop. Airplanes can't fly out.
Really?
Everything's just got to be really quiet as they do their final exams.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Okay. Not
Like
that
extreme quietness. So nothing's allowed to go out. Outside, cars can't be driving around.
That's, you've learned something else there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks, Phil.
Right, who's the next one? Forgotten who it
You
was.
did the. Yeah, I'm usually after you, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Today I learned that Better Call Saul was nominated for 53 Primetime Emmys without winning a single one.
Oof.
Ouch.
Yikes. Very
Yeah.
good show if you haven't seen it.
You'll be remembered as the show that got nominated so many times but never actually won, which is unfortunate. I feel like I've probably heard stories about, various films and TV shows and things before which are really, really good but never actually get any awards or recognition for it.
Yeah. What about poor Leonardo DiCaprio,
Ah,
who for ages never
Yeah.
got an Oscar? Yeah.
indeed, yes.
He finally did get one, didn't he? I forgot what film it was for, though. But he finally did. He finally did get one, but he was like so many things. Like, he was obviously in the big giants things like Titanic and things like that, but he still never got one. And I think it was only recently, like a couple of years ago, where he finally did get one.
It wasn't for his performance in Django Unchained by any chance, was it? I can't remember.
No, it was.
Because he did give a good performance in that film. But I can't remember. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. Now, the one time he gets his Oscar, nobody can then remember what film he got it for or what performance or whatever. Yeah.
That's depressing, isn't it? Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. All right, next one. It's Connor, it's you.
Today I learned that the Nike logo was designed for $35, but the company gifted the designer stock that is now worth millions because she held it all without selling.
Well, she
Clever. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, she's laughing all the way to the bank then. Just for
Yeah.
designing a little tick on a that can go on a box.
It's such a little tick. Yeah, it's amazing how just a little something like that, and you create something that's one of the most well-known logos in the world.
Yeah. And under some of the other probably well-known logos in the world, who designed them and do they get their royalties for it? Who knows? All right.
Yeah, wasn't it? There was I forgot the name, but there was a woman who invented basically the American flag, wasn't it? As like a school project, and they took it and rearranged it. And I don't know if she ever got anything from it.
Oh.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
they
brutal.
created a country's flag.
Yeah, again, Monopoly as well. Originally, it was invented by a woman, but it's called the Landlord's Game,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
it was taken over, and no one knows that she's invented it. She was basically thrust out of it.
Aye, yeah. Today I learned Tom Green's movie Freddy Got Fingered was nominated for 8 Golden Raspberry Awards and won 5. Tom Green attended the ceremony and brought his own red carpet. He then went on to play the harmonica badly for so long that he was dragged off stage.
Oh dear! Is the Golden Raspberry like the award you get for something a film that's really shit.
It
It's
sounds
like the
like
really
it might
shit
be,
award,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like you blew a raspberry or something. It was that bad, indeed. Yes,
And no, it was just. I have a feeling it's just. There's a little bit of trolling going on there.
indeed.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. What is trying to think. Top of my head, what is widely regarded on the internet as like the worst movie of all time? I feel like I've read it somewhere, but now I can't remember.
The Room.
The Room. Oh, Tommy Wiseau.
Oh God, yeah, that's
Yeah.
in the one there. Yeah.
That's definitely a contender. That one. Here we
It'll be
are.
some of the films that are based off video games will be
Bad, yeah.
really low.
Yeah.
Some of the especially really crap ones.
Yeah, that's usually consistently in most cases. Well,
It's
most cases
unfortunate.
the case.
Although recently we have had some good ones, haven't we?
yeah.
Like obviously the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, the Detective Pikachu, were some good ones.
Yeah,
Uncharted was good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Controversial,
Yeah,
but I
like that.
enjoyed it.
yeah, that's a hot take right there. You know, I don't know if your popularity is going to survive with the audience long after saying that. There. Yep.
They'll have you hung, drawn,
That's
and
it,
quartered.
as-
Yeah. Ooh, Phil, it's a time for another one from you to this time promote Huel again.
Do you want to save money on food? We'd say back of the queue, buddy. But with affordable ready in seconds Huel meals, you don't have to bother waiting in line.
Today I learned about that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here's the
go.
proper one.
Today I learned Van Gogh's sister-in-law was behind Van Gogh's posthumous success and fame, so she dedicated her life to spreading his art and legacy after his death. She preserved and published his letters, organised and exhibited his paintings, and wrote and translated articles and books about him.
I feel like I've just learned something there because I didn't really know that that it was.
Yeah, well, that's well done to her for sharing all his stuff. So I think the thing about Van Gogh was he didn't really thrust himself into the limelight. He'd
No.
be very sort of reserved, I think he was.
Yeah. I think I
Outside,
don't
she
know.
was all ears.
Oh, there we go. Well, I didn't realise, Connor, that you've got a new job working in the Christmas cracker factory. Yeah, I heard you just started there the other week, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he pulled that job. Lovely. Anyway. Indeed. Oh, God, yeah, that was a groan inducer, that one was.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I was actually talking about mine.
Last time on the channel.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible,
That was
isn't
the
it?
end.
That's how Connor's YouTube career came to an end.
What was the
Terrible
reason
jokes.
that Van Gogh actually did cut off his ear? Was it just mental issue? Was it
I
having
think
issues with his mental health?
So, from what little I know, it's definitely. I think mental health issues are involved here, but I think he cut it off and gave it as a gift to someone, which obviously clearly I think indicates that he's not all there in the head, or he wasn't rather.
Maybe did it as a Christmas present. Can you imagine that? Oh, thanks. What have I got? Unruffles the ribbon. Right.
What have we got in here? There we are.
What have we got?
Lovely. Sorry, we're on that theme of cracker jokes now, so the humour's going to get worse and worse from this point on, I do think. Yep. On to the next one.
50% of vinyl record buyers in the US don't even have a record player to play their vinyl on.
So just sort of buying it just for the value of it, I guess.
Yeah, mostly like collectors, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a good shout. Yeah, they'll probably be arrange them in a collection, won't they?
It's interesting though how vinyl has sort of made a resurgence in the recent years and all that. But I suppose it does make sense though, because I think probably what also makes them interesting is the actual covers of them are always like a
Yeah,
work
they
of
look
art.
really cool from a design standpoint
Yeah.
because they're in the big packets, so the
Yeah.
cover art can be really good.
That's probably that's probably why they're getting them. And they, as well as that, when you open them, as you can see in the mini picture there, they've got like different colours for the centre circle as
Indeed.
well.
Yes. Which one plays C418, Cat and Melody and all those?
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember the days when it was just two. Oh, back in those days, but it was two records. But
Back
now
in
there's
them
like,
days. That's one for all the Minecraft kids, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
I
'cause
like
there's
that.
definitely loads of them on my channel. Oh dear.
all the
Yes.
Minecraft, eh? Who
Yeah.
plays that? Who plays that game anymore? God, Minecraft.
Indeed. I think we'll do 3 more, probably one each then.
Yep.
Today I learned the only current active duty ship in the US Navy to have sunk an enemy vessel in combat is the USS Constitution. I've actually got a picture of it by the looks of it from US Naval Institute. There we are. A fine old vessel there we go. Actually, can I blow it up in size? Oh yeah. Oh, this is actually the U.S. Naval Institute webpage.
That is quite an interesting little fact, actually.
Yeah. See, I'll admit, if ever I visited the US, I probably would want to actually visit this ship, because I think you can visit it. I think it is like a museum ship now, so should be able to go and have a look.
The only ship with a positive kill-death ratio, so yeah, probably worth.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's beaten all the others.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, that was a little interesting one right there. A little bit of a nautical history.
Those types of ships are always interesting, especially when they return to the museum. You can see what they've been used for as well.
Yeah. Next one.
Right. Today I learned that clover used to be part of every lawn as it was cheap and easy to maintain. After World War II, pesticide companies declared it a weed, and until recently it's been removed from laws.
Interesting. When it says used to be part of every
Lawns.
lawn.
Yeah, I was just thinking that's supposed to be lawns.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's illegal now, I'm afraid.
Yeah. As I say, which country is this? Is this in the US or somewhere else?
News.wttw.
It's from
US, I think.
Yeah, it probably is.
but it's still a bit of a weird thing that is now classed as a weed, especially because you want to get the 4-leaf ones.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, suddenly it's not very lucky anymore.
It's to inflate the value of them. They're rare now.
Oh, shoot. You're saying that Big Clover or Big Weed might secretly have a hand in this? The big conspiracy?
The
Yes.
next big pharmaceutical company, yeah. The next big pharma, big weed.
Yeah. I think some people listening to this will probably, if we were to clip this and take it completely out of context, I think people think we're talking about something very, very different, wouldn't they?
Yeah, true, actually, yeah.
Yes.
Lazy it, guys.
Final one, then.
Short sleeper syndrome is a gene mutation discovered by the University of Pittsburgh in 2014. They can function normally with less than 6 hours of sleep and never need to recover from lack of sleep, as opposed to people who purposely limit sleep. The mutation was given to mice and worked.
Interesting.
Oh,
I
okay.
definitely have that.
Do you feel? What do you feel after you've only had a limited amount of sleep? Do you feel okay after it?
Yeah, I go to bed at like midnight and I'll get up at 6 for work and I feel fine.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. We found someone. Here's
all in my
here's
face.
Honor with short sleeper syndrome.
indeed. Yes, a triple
I don't
S.
think I actually have it, but
Nah.
I just have a shit sleep schedule.
Yeah. So I just think, sometimes I find myself sort of burning the midnight oil a bit and then thinking I should probably go to bed a bit sooner than I do. But yes.
I'm
It's too
like-
fun being awake.
Yeah, well, I go to bed really quite early. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got into a rhythm, and I get up really quite early as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, back in the day of university, it was really bad. I did awful things.
These days you're in
I-
bed by 7, aren't you, Phil?
Yeah. Well, not quite that early. Not bed at 7,
Oh,
but
it's your bedtime now, isn't it?
Yeah,
4:49.
I know. Better go and read yourself a bedtime story.
oh, morning.
Here we are. Yep.
University. I used to. I believe I used to go to bed at like 8 a.m. and I'd get up at 6 p.m. And I'd have my lunch at 6 p.m. and I'd have tea at about 11 p.m. So yeah, that went well.
Yes. You really disrupted your circadian rhythms there.
Yeah, it's like I was on a night shift. God, and at university of all places.
Indeed. Yes.
There was one time where I screwed it up. I got because I had a lecture at 10 a.m.
Right.
and I basically I went to bed at like 7 a.m. So I got like 2 hours of sleep and then I had to go to the lecture. So that didn't
that
work
is-
out well. Honestly, I was nearly falling asleep. And I think when I finished the lecture and went home, I think I just went straight back to bed.
Yeah. Well, you lived that student lifestyle there, Phil.
Yeah,
No,
so
that's
completely
crazy, kid.
turned myself around. Completely turned myself around now. Yeah, usually on a weekday I go to bed about 8:45, and on a weekend about 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Live that student lifestyle. Hit that dance floor at the local nightclub. You beat
That's
out
it.
a sweet whip, didn't you, Phil?
Can't go to sleep at all anyway because the walls are paper thin.
Yeah.
And you can hear your housemates romping it on with their boyfriends or girlfriends at 6 in the morning. You're like, oh, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You do not need to have sex now.
I'm trying to watch Sword Art Online. Shut up.
Yeah, why are you having sex while I'm trying to do this? God.
It's the scene where Kirito reveals he can dual wield. I'm on my edge here. Edge of my seat, even. There we are.
He's
All I
edging
can
to
hear is some
Kirito.
stupid grunts. Yeah, all I can hear is some stupid grunts from you two. Shut up.
Can't tell if it's the troll in SAO or if it's you two next door. There we are.
Yeah. Or sock in it. Actually, you'd probably use that sock for something else. Don't use that.
Yeah, just be careful what kind of sock you're putting in it.
Yeah, not the one that
Yes.
keeps its form when you pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, hasn't this conversation degraded?
Yes, it's suddenly become very cursed all of a sudden, and I'm
Yeah.
all here for it. There we are. All right, well, we'll probably wrap up there on that bombshell. So, thank you for joining me, you two.
Thank you.
We've learned lots of new facts, I think, and some very interesting ones indeed.
Indeed, yes. All right, so we'll wrap up. Facebook links down below, along with the link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. And if you enjoyed, a like is, of course, always appreciated. But, of course, do bear in mind the biggest life lesson of all here. If you're going to put a sock in it, make sure it's the kind of that goes on your foot and not the one that goes elsewhere. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. That was too cursed. That was way too cursed.
No, officer, I don't have any clovers on me. No, no!
Nice.
Oh, Connor, you're a funny one, aren't you?
I hear the other one. Oh god, he's there. Fucking balloons in the way. This way. I want to see how he attacks. God, the poacher's in there. I can see him in his traps there. Where's that hiding on to there? No. Hey dude, I'm behind you. Oh god, this... oh, shit. No! Right. Fuckers. Oh my god, I just took out his searchlight beam. Oh, shit. Right, let's see how he attacks. Oh my god, that is terrifying. Oh my... Jesus. Gun. Whoa, fuck. Jesus. Help. I'm one down.